So now what? They might have asked. Jesus' ministry on earth has come and gone. He has been crucified, and he has returned to life and appeared to his disciples, who are confused and unsure about what is next. Simon breaks the silence. "I'm going fishing." And they reply back, "We will go with you." I would paraphrase the interaction this way. As they continued to figure out how to move forward after the death of Jesus, the disciples go back to what is familiar to them. Personally, I wonder how downtrodden and lost they must have felt. They begin fishing, but unbeknownst to them, Jesus is still present. Jesus is still close by. Jesus is close by to observe and jump in when there is need, to make a miracle happen perhaps, to offer rest and nourishment, and to provide a teaching moment. Once the catch is hauled in with great effort because of the abundance of fish, they recognize Jesus. He is back with his miracle works. He is back to re-energize them. He is back to invigorate them. Perhaps reinvigorate is probably a better word. To invigorate again. Is he also back to teach us something? Do we have more to learn? This miracle isn't just for show, is it? So once they get ashore, Jesus feeds them from their catch. Then come the deep questions. How committed are you to this ministry, Peter? Anyone? I can feed you, all of you here with me. Do you know how to feed the hungry people of Galilee? Are you willing to learn? Just very briefly this morning, I offer that we may take a sense of call from this interaction. There's a sense of call here for each of us. We live in a world that hungers for peace just as much as Christ's disciples did for themselves and each other. And just as the disciples had an experience with the risen Christ, we are also reminded to be aware that Christ's presence never leaves us and is with us now. By living out the fullness of the resurrection with hope and love for each other, we keep experiencing the risen Christ in our world today. Our faithfulness begins with our determination to echo Jesus' presence and to make ourselves available and present and willing to share the good news of Christ's presence in our world. This is what Jesus asked the disciples to do when he turned their attention back to their calling, their ministry. He asks them through Peter 3 times to keep taking care of all people. The triple request is to emphasize how important this is. It emphasizes that being called means being a presence that cares for and nourishes one another in this world through all times, no matter how turbulent. It never, ever ends. Wouldn't you agree that being Christ-like is a work in progress, especially in tough times, or as we reflect on the troublesome things in our history or our present? It takes active work to be good disciples and create spaces of peace in our world. At Emmanuel, we strive to be mindful and educated about the experiences of Canada's Indigenous women and girls. We remember the loss today. We acknowledge their lives cut short. We acknowledge the loss of the wisdom of these women. Keith and Jill have reminded us through the red dress ceremony this morning about the importance of being aware. And in that call to awareness, we hear the call to us that the world needs to continue to strive for justice for these women, for our church, and for one another. In discipleship and working towards peace and justice, we recognize the value and strength of our mosaic of ethnicity, color, culture, and personal stories here and in our world. We seek to always be open to resolving each other receiving each other, resolving problems with solutions, with grace. The richness of God's love is revealed through each of us, and so we learn and keep on learning from one another. May God keep blessing us as we continue to strive to be a place where God's Spirit is alive in our world with love and justice. Thanks be to God. Amen.